Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we're going to go ahead and do another collective love reading. This one today is going to be specifically for those of you who are in a twin flame connection or dealing with somebody who you are in separation with, whatever the case is. And we're going to see what the energy is of this situation, this twin flame connection. So I will refer to the divine masculine over here and the divine feminine over here. Most of you watching, you are the divine feminine, just statistically on the channel. So I will kind of talk about your person as the masculine. So if you want to reverse the roles, you can do so. I'm sure it'll still connect with you if this reading is for you. So just take what's going to resonate. Not every reading will connect, and not everyone, of course, is in a twin flame connection. So just take what's going to feel right for you intuitively. If the story aligns with you, if it feels like it is your situation, then it could be for you. Or if it randomly pops up, then it also could be for you. If you are new here, I do have other collective readings that I've done. If you do not resonate with this one, and you can find those on my channel. And also if you're new, we have our big bowl of cities, countries, names, zodiac signs, life path numbers, and more that we're going to go into towards the end of the reading to get some specifics for specific people. And lastly, if you do resonate with the reading, there will also be an option for an extended reading, and you can check that out down below in the description box, and we will go much more in depth over there. And we'll talk about that towards the end of this reading to see what we're going to clarify and what we're going to go into. Okay, so let's set the intention here. So Spirit, we set the intention for this reading to please find a group of twin flames out there who need this message today. I trust that if you find this reading, if it pops up for you, please allow this reading to reach whoever most needs to hear it. What is the energy of this specific twin flame connection that we're tapping into here today? And how is your person, divine masculine, thinking and feeling about you? Where is your energy as the divine feminine? How are you coming through in this reading? And please allow me to be clear, Spirit. Please allow me to channel as much detail as possible for the viewers of this reading right now so that they know whether it's for them or not. What is the energy currently of this connection? And it is timeless too, so if you watch it at a later date, it can still connect with you. Okay, so let's see. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, Nine of Swords, Two of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Tower. And I think, yeah, Page of Cups wants to come out too. Page of Cups, and then at the bottom we have the Page of Pentacles as well. Okay, so let's see. The connection right now is coming through as the Temperance card between you both right now. So it's almost like the feeling I'm getting is something that is chilled on ice is kind of what's coming through. So this could be Temperance. You know, in this deck too, there's like a fire, a flame here, and there's actually water, which, you know, Temperance is the mixture here, the water, the fire. It's almost like a cooling effect here, cooling off. So this could be something to where you are in a bit of a cooling off phase, maybe of your connection. It can also be too that there's a feeling of kind of a lot of healing that is taking place. And this could be if you are in separation, no contact, or even if you're together. It feels like there may be a lot of healing that's been taking place here in this situation, in this connection. And almost like in an effort to balance the scales, to bring more harmony to the situation, to the connection. And I feel like there's a desire on both ends right now to reach out. So this could be that you're feeling this way, the Divine Masculine could be feeling this way. And since we do have the Page of Pentacles here too at the bottom, 9 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups is showing, there definitely could be some type of opportunity for like an offering or to reach out. But it definitely feels like there's almost like two sides of the Temperance. You know, this is their side and this is your side. And it's like there's maybe a desire to kind of merge that or to come into balance here. I am hearing specifically for some of you, this would probably be if you're in contact or maybe if you had trouble with communication before. There's a feeling of like you both wanting to see eye to eye, you both wanting to talk about things in a way to where you're both heard. So maybe you felt like you said things either currently or in the past, which were not really understood by this masculine, and then they could have felt that way, since you do have the 2 of Swords and they have the 9 of Swords. So you're both kind of in a bit of an air mental energy, which is why I feel like there's a strong emphasis here on needing to communicate, needing to come into balance, forgiveness, healing between the 2 of you. And so that could be something where I'm also hearing too, this is something specific. I'm not sure if they're referring to the connection before or something else, but if there was any toxicity here, either between the 2 of you or maybe the environment or just the way that you talked or the way that you communicated, I do think that's a desire also to heal that, to mend that, to find a way to move past those challenges together. And that's really how you're both coming up at this time with the Temperance. So definitely a desire on both ends, I feel, to communicate. I'm also getting the sense here, I'm almost seeing like watching from afar. So maybe, you know, they're watching you from afar, you're watching them from afar, maybe both of you are watching from afar. It seems like there's something like that to where there's this, you know, maybe again, desire to come into contact or communication. The 7 of Cups is here. I am also hearing, I've never felt this way before. So someone's saying that. That could be if it's a new twin flame connection, but it also could be if it's just something where maybe it was never properly expressed how deeply they felt about you, how deeply you feel about them. There's a feeling of like, I've never felt this way before. And I am picking up with the 9 of Swords here coming up on the masculine side. There is some kind of hesitation here. It feels a little bit like a nervousness or nerves. So maybe feeling this way, that they've never felt this way before, but maybe there's something about, they're almost showing me like a telephone line which has been disconnected or is very far, you know, like with these eyes. That could be if you're in no contact, maybe the watching I was getting, it could be watching from a distance, like a far distance, especially if it's been a long time. There's something with the contact, the communication for sure, which is either severed, not in contact, not in communication, or you're having a lot of challenge, or you did have challenges when it comes to just being kind of honest or open about the feelings. So that is something coming through here. And I feel like this, also there's a desire for closeness, for intimacy, I'm seeing here too. But this Divine Masculine, how they're coming up is the Knight of Pentacles, well, 9 of Swords, and then how they're feeling about you is the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this Divine Masculine here, how they're thinking and feeling about you, it feels like, I think this came up in a reading I did before too. It's almost like checking the watch, waiting for a certain time to come in. Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. So this masculine could be thinking and feeling in terms of things moving kind of slowly. It feels like he could be moving through It's like, I think this is somebody naturally who may not dive into things, may not just rush into things, especially if it comes down to being something serious. So if this is like, again, a newer connection, that could be why. It could also be that he's just working on moving kind of slowly here in general to figure out the best way to go about this situation. So in terms of his feelings, it is more of a maybe head over heart, or just needing to focus on the grounded parts of it, needing to focus on the slow movements of the situation here. But I keep getting this feeling of like nothing holds a candle to this, nothing holds a flame the way that you do. So I'm not sure if that's because of a separation, but that could definitely be it for some of you. And when I shuffled this deck too, we do have call or text was at the bottom. So with the Page of Cups here, which came up with the Tower, this is coming through as the outcome here in the next month or two. So there could be a desire to contact. It could be something sudden. It could be something unexpected. So we'll confirm that when we get there. But so let's see. What is this masculine thinking and feeling about you? Knight of Pentacles. The Empress. Yeah, there's definitely like a kind of a feeling here of, let me see, how is he thinking and feeling about the feminine here? I keep getting this sense of something with time, either not wanting to rush. Five of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords at the bottom. So we'll go back around to that, but let me confirm what the energy is between you both here currently. Where is this connection between you both with the Temperance card right now? Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about either not hearing each other, not communicating effectively, or some frustration when it comes to that, maybe, depending on if you're in contact currently or not. There's some frustration with communication here, or with the desire even to communicate with this Five of Swords here too, the Nine of Swords. Again, it feels that way here. So where's the connection between you both currently? So we have Divine Partnership. I almost kind of feel too, this could be for some with the Consumed, how to put it, it almost, long journey. It gives me the feeling of, how to explain this? Kind of like this Divine Partnership is the end goal, is the cherry on top of everything here. And like what I said with the cooling effect, and here we have the desert, long journey. It does feel like this is possibly for some of you, could be a long journey that you've known each other for a long time. It can also be that it just feels like there's something with the long journey of self, of whatever else is going on around this connection, is making it, I'm trying to word this in a way that makes sense. I feel like it's on the Divine Masculine side here, dissolving darkness with the Five of Swords, Nine of Swords. It's something where, again, there's a slowness here to this. There's this Divine Masculine's moving slowly, but also wanting the end goal here to be with you, with the Empress. And so with the darkness here too around the tree, it feels like this is something where he is feeling in his heart this desire from the soul to be with you. But it's something which is at the end of a long journey. And that could be why, you know, where this is coming. I don't know how else to put it. Let me see, Spirit. Where is the connection between you both here? Six of Pentacles. Right now, where is the connection? Yeah, it's something where I feel there's a desire to be open and honest. I'm also hearing like naked or nude, but not in a way that's like a sexual way. This feels more like being open, being vulnerable. So both of you combining here or together, wanting to get to that space of being open with each other, being kind of equal, giving and receiving equally. Like I said, there could be an issue when it comes to communication, or an issue when it comes to being on the same page with each other. And there's a feeling here of this divine partnership always being here, the high priestess being very intuitive. And so it feels like this is something for some of you to where maybe you are already there, or if not, it could be very much on the horizon, very much on the tip of the tongue, kind of to come into this divine partnership, at least partially, or at least the beginning stages of it. And that could be why we have the outcome here as the Tower, the Page of Cups, because it feels like something is reaching the point of like no return, reaching the point of like, I need to get this off of my chest, or I need to speak this, I need to say this. The Hanged Man, the Strength card, and the Emperor. So with the Page of Cups here, this definitely feels like a rebirth with the little bird or the duck here. It feels like with the Tower following it or preceding it, there's a feeling of like a rebirth that is happening in this divine connection, in this twin flame connection, which could be either a long time coming, or it's just been like a frustration to why can't we get to this level of open communication or honesty or vulnerability. And that's why it feels like both of you could be in the stage right now between the two of you to where you're on a cooling off phase, which could just be it could be a separation, it could be a period of healing, a period of introspection, or if you are in contact, you could be trying to find ways to move beyond the barriers of what has been in the way between you both before. So it definitely feels like that. And I am seeing too, there could be this sense of wanting to reopen the door of communication, of contact. Four of Wands, the Moon beneath that. So yeah, again, the Moon, the Hanged Man. It definitely feels like this is obviously since it's a twin flame connection, it feels like it's one where there's been a lot of like troubles or challenges when it comes to again being open, dissolving the darkness, which is mainly coming from the masculine side, at least here in this part of the reading. Yes, so see, bare your soul. Definitely, it feels like this connection right now, that's where it is. It feels like there's such a desire for that. Some of you, if you do resonate with this reading, since you're coming up as the Nine of Pentacles over here too, the Two of Swords, you may be feeling this in different ways. Maybe you're feeling it with this person, or you're feeling it just since since this is a twin flame connection, you're both like a fusion of those energies. So you could be feeling more open to yourself, more vulnerable, more sensitive, more sensual even. And it feels like that's where this connection's wanting that to happen. The Page of Cups being a very young, innocent, open-hearted energy, wanting to have that, wanting to tear down the walls so that we can get to that point of open vulnerability. And it will depend, if you are looking to just have a confirmation on your journey, and this is not about actually being together in the physical world, we'll confirm more about where this masculine's coming from and what they want. But it feels like if that is the case, it's also on a self level, on your own journey, on your own healing level. You are getting to the point of being able to be more open within opportunities, maybe just like kind of getting to the space of releasing the resentment or releasing any built up energy, which has been within you. And so it definitely feels that way, to where this is a beautiful kind of balance that's going on. But for those of you, because some of you watching this will be divided into two groups. Some of you, this could be a new connection, like a new, maybe you're just brand new on the twin flame path. You could have met somebody who you do feel is your twin flame. And if that is the case, it could have really sparked this within you. Okay, I don't feel like taking those, they didn't feel right. Let me go ahead and go over to this divine masculine energy and see. So what is the masculine currently thinking and feeling? Well, where is the masculine at overall with the Nine of Swords? How is the divine masculine showing up, this particular masculine, in this situation right now with the Nine of Swords? I'm hearing the name David. Yeah, there's definitely like a feeling of being a bit on edge. This divine masculine is having, again, a lot of like maybe insecurities, a lot of inner fears and doubts right now within himself. And it feels like something where it's reaching that point of reaching a tower moment. So this could be multiple things, again, depending on your exact situation, because it feels more like a collective energy update here for twin flames. This could be, for example, that this divine masculine has been feeling kind of like something is boiling within him recently. Something is feeling like it wants to come to the surface. It wants to reach this tower moment. So that could be a certain situation he's involved in, or a certain truth that he's been holding on to, which he's been wanting to get off his chest or wanting to kind of clear up. This could also be for those of you who are in contact or who are in the process right now of being in contact or getting to know each other. It could be a fear coming up about this bearing of the soul, about this connection, is where he's at here. So how is he showing up? 9 of Swords. So we have soul connection, and we have 1111. Yeah, it's almost like they're showing me when you're driving on the road and your GPS tells you to keep going straight, but your heart tells you to turn right, you know, or you feel like there's a back road, or you feel like I can turn right here. There's definitely something where I feel this divine masculine is feeling potentially what is that? What is that about, Spirit, with this 9 of Swords? Where is the masculine at? I'm hearing holding myself back, holding back. Again, it feels like a lot of holding back of the inner self, the inner truth, the feelings even, holding back of that. The Chariot, yeah. So there could actually be travel for some. 3 of Wands is coming up here too. So since I referenced the GPS, could be travel involved too for some of them. And it seems like they're kind of at a point of a precipice here of, like, metaphorically speaking, you're on the cliff, you're on the ledge, and it's telling you to jump over the ledge, you know, which would be into like a new start or to be into a new beginning somehow. So it definitely feels like the masculine's at a point right now where his inner GPS kind of, with the Chariot here, the 9 of Swords, has been preparing for something, preparing for some new venture or for a churn in direction. I still want to clarify what that is exactly, but it definitely feels like the masculine is at a point where something is tipped. The scales have tipped to the point, or they are about to the point of no return into a different direction or into a new direction. So it definitely feels like a lot of preparation. It seems like I'm seeing this masculine maybe like preparing for something, preparing to say something, or preparing to even travel, preparing for a trip, preparing for something to come into alignment with the 1111 here too. And it almost seems like I'm seeing like someone walk into a room and everyone applauds. So that could just be metaphorically speaking, or that could be maybe literal. If they're doing something in the limelight or they're doing something like that, that could be something like that. But it also could be too that there's kind of a feeling, energetically speaking, of this masculine moving forward into like kind of overcoming his fears in some way. Where's the masculine currently at? How is he showing up here? Yeah, he could be in a space here. We have victim, where he's been feeling like a victim of something. Like I said, with the 9 of Swords, I'm seeing somebody scratching their head, almost like when you scratch your head in confusion, like a cartoon, almost like scratching the head in confusion. And these eyes that are bulging out. There's definitely been something that he has been very concerned about, that he's been in his mind about a lot. I just don't know specifically what it is, but it feels like it has something to do with being a victim here of circumstances, being a victim of fear, being a victim of, I don't know, a situation maybe. It just feels like kind of a sense of, again, with the reference of the applauding, there's somewhere he wants to go. And I'm going to clarify how he feels about you in a second, but there's somewhere that he's wanting to just push beyond with the Chariot, almost like getting on the horse and just not caring about what has held him back before, but just doing it, just rushing through, just pushing through the fears, pushing through the challenges, and in whatever way that could be. It could even be in his personal life. It could be in career. It could be in whatever that would resonate with for you specifically. But it definitely feels like the masculine's at this point of like wanting to get to that point of the applause. And the applause would come in after this tower moment happens, which will lead to a new start. So to put it kind of more simply, I feel like this could be that the two of you energetically are reaching a point of wanting to bare your souls, even if it's individually. Since this is like a mirrored journey, a mirrored connection, it could be individually. It could be that you're doing this in your own life, they're doing it in their own life, and the two of you could be reaching a point of like a new start, which would be like this little duck here, like a new branch kind of your connection, a new child of your connection even. It feels like that kind of thing where there's a desire to have more of that divine partnership after a long journey of these fears, after a long journey of these circumstances, and to come into more of closeness is kind of the feeling too, more closeness between each other, physical contact. It could also be somebody here could drive a Jeep, or something about off-roading. But again, there's something I keep getting about travel. So like I said with the GPS, maybe taking the off-road. I want to see how that exactly, what that means for this connection. But before I look at his feelings for you, I want to get one of these actually to confirm the current energy with the Temperance. Where is the connection here? So we have, there's a certain someone in soul who is waiting to cross paths with you. The meeting with this person will occur when both of you are ready and have released old energies. So that's really interesting with the reference of the GPS here too. And kind of like what I said with the Temperance, divine partnership, the Tower. Take this again, how this will fit for your situation. There's something where it feels like one situation is coming either to a close, or personally speaking, like a major release of your old energies within yourself, fears, blockages, etc. And also for this masculine are about to come to a close or come to a head to allow this new start to come in, this new open communication, this new love, this new start. You know, like I said, as always, just take it how it's going to resonate. If this is something where you feel like you have not met your twin flame yet, and this could even be something that is about to cross your path, which will very much surprise you that you're not expecting, that the reference of the off-road, I'm not sure if they're taking the off-road to get to you, or you're taking the off-road, or you're both, one of you is taking the off-road to get back to each other. But there's definitely something like that where I feel there's a sense of like when this masculine especially maybe has the courage to come out of the victim mentality in some type of way, and for you also in different ways. I will look at you in a minute here to confirm where you are coming through as for the feminine, but since you do have this Nine of Pentacles here too, you could be in a very independent energy. I'm hearing alluring. There's a strong energy here of attraction. There's a strong energy of wanting to, or you are attracting love to you. You're attracting this person either back to you, or you're attracting, you know, maybe even new things as well to you. Let me confirm how this masculine is feeling. But we also have, you have the ability to read into the heart and mind of your person as you are highly intuitive. Allow this to lead you into the answers you're seeking rather than looking outside of yourself. Which is interesting because this card also came out. It says, seeking outside counsel, watching videos, consulting tarot cards, etc. has been confusing you more. Cut off outside sources for a while to reconnect with your own intuition, and the messages will be clearer. So they're almost showing me double vision. You know, like in the movies when they show someone who's been drinking too much and they have like completely double vision. It almost feels like that. So I don't know, because you have the Two of Swords here with how you're coming up. I'm not sure if maybe you've been very confused. I do feel for a lot of you divine feminines, how you'll know this is for you too. you've been really working on yourself, and I feel like you are coming into a phase of your life to where you're going to be very independent, alluring, attractive, even seductive, because that card actually flew out earlier. The seductress, getting what you want, exuding sex appeal, attracting, not chasing. Someone is enamored by you, which we have here in a second I'll talk about. But yeah, I definitely feel like this is something where, yeah, just allow your intuition right now to show what's going on, especially if you've been feeling confused. It seems like when you get to the core, the bottom of kind of your heart here and what you know to be true, that's when it will make more sense. And then we have the person in question has a strong, passionate physical attraction towards you. A sexual union may take place between the two of you in the future where you will exchange intense energies. So I definitely feel like this feels quite intense, this Tower and the Page of Cups. And again, I kind of feel the sense of either this particular divine masculine, again, I want to look at how they feel about you, but there's a lot of messages coming up first. They could be wanting to move into your direction because of that off-road reference. You know, maybe they've been feeling like to get to you or to get back to you would take this off-road, but they feel this intense allure towards you currently, which it seems like you're exuding within yourself too. A lot of like independent energy, a lot of like feelings of this is going to come out of nowhere. The Tower, where they want this with you after, again, a long journey. It could be something brand new that pops up, so just be open to that, because it does say that person's willing to or is going to cross paths with you when you're least expecting it, which kind of feels like that off-road too. So maybe if it's a new connection, that could be relevant, where it feels like you both didn't expect to meet each other. If that is the case, and that's what this is saying, that you're both working right now on releasing old energies so that this union can take place, which could even be a physical union. It could be a very intense, intimate connection or intimate encounter that could even happen for some of you in the future. And that's kind of what the Temperance feels like too, almost like a cooling off effect. So in the case that that's already happened, to where you're already in contact or you've already been having like an intimate connection for a few of you, if it's new, this masculine could be feeling like there's this strong, intense attraction towards you that they have been feeling afraid of with the Nine of Swords, but also wanting to get out of any victim mentality to experience that fully, being very drawn to you, the Queen of Wands, the Empress. So if that is the case, this could be where that's speaking to, where if it's already an existing thing, you both could just be needing to go slowly with the Temperance, kind of unfold naturally with the situation. And if you have been trying to figure out, you know, what's going on, watching too many videos, they're wanting you to go within your heart and go within your soul to find the answer. This person is triggering unhealed wounds within you that need to be brought up. Although this process is uncomfortable, healing is the only way forward. So again, some of you could be feeling with the Temperance that you have been brought up. They have brought up things that need to be healed within you recently, or this may even be for a long time, you know. And with the Temperance and the Tower, there seems like there's a releasing of some like heavy wounding here, or heavy energies that are bringing actually into alignment what it is you're seeking. So you're clearing the gutters, kind of, you're clearing the heaviness. And it feels like because you're doing this, it's allowing for that new start, that new beginning to take place. So whatever it is you're focusing on currently, if you feel like someone's triggering this within you and you don't know where it's coming from, or you've already been through this for years, maybe with the Temperance, it's encouraging you right now to look deeper at those wounds, to release yourself from it, because that's when this either new person will come in, if that's, you know, depending on what it is, or this will lead the two of you back together. Okay, so let me see. How is this divine masculine here thinking and feeling about you? Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Empress, the Queen of Wands. How is this masculine thinking and feeling about you? So yeah, there's been a lot of confusion. It seems like this masculine in particular with the Five of Swords has been feeling kind of confused, has been feeling almost like flustered is the word coming to me. So maybe feeling flustered about you, feeling kind of confused about the intensity of this connection. I keep seeing references of driving, so I don't know if that could be for someone that they're driving, they're traveling somewhere. What are they thinking and feeling about you? And it also feels too, with the dissolving darkness and the dark energy around this and the dark energy in this card, this divine masculine, when it comes to his thoughts and feelings about you in particular, has been, or even in general, has been working on dissolving darkness within himself right now, which has been coming up for him to deal with when it comes to conflicting energies around his desires for you, or feelings of kind of it almost gives me a sense with this worm here, or whatever this creature is, of his body, metaphorically speaking, being bent in many different directions, with that 9 of Swords here too. So there may be a lot of like kind of, you know, like with the GPS, which way to turn, which way to go when it comes to how he's feeling about you directly. And it seems like there's this, we have quenched here. Yeah, so see, look, searching. Again, there's definitely something about travel, or if it's not actual travel, it could just be like traveling in the heart and the mind, searching for you. See, a lot of like maybe intimate or sexual energy here too with the quenched. It doesn't have to be, but for a lot of you it could be. And it feels like there's a lot of frustration coming from him when he thinks about you, a lot of frustration about like wanting this to be quenched kind of in a way, or searching for you endlessly, wanting something to develop further, or wanting to be back in contact if that's the case. It feels like he's been working a lot on getting himself together, like I said earlier too, getting himself in a position where it can be more of a clear direction. The GPS won't, you know, it's almost like the GPS starts to go spinning backwards and then says turn here, turn there. A lot of like misdirection, misguidance. And it's almost like he's been working on trying to find a way for that to be more clear and direct towards you. So feeling with the quenched here too, and the Empress, like I said earlier too, there's a feeling of not feeling this way about anyone else before, if this is like a new situation, if that resonates. Or even maybe never feeling this way after meeting you, but it feels just like searching for you in everything, searching for you in, how to put it, that's kind of the same energy I got earlier, which was hard to explain, almost like searching for you in the soul, in the heart. And I don't know if maybe this is someone who's not aware. I mean, maybe they're not aware of, you know, what a twin flame is, or they're not aware of a spiritual connection. With the 1111 we have here too, that could be the case, where it feels like this either came out of nowhere, or it's something that just has always been deeply ingrained in him, which he has not been able to replicate or to find. But of course it triggers things. That's what these connections do, if that makes sense. So it's almost like he's been searching for you without knowing it, or without even knowing what he's looking for, like a desire, a need to quench that thirst of the heart that has either not been quenched after this connection has, you know, gone away, or if it's newer, it's like they have never felt as quenched by you as anyone else before. But it feels like there's complications and frustrations with that. Contemplation, we have distraction here. How is he thinking and feeling about you? Yeah, a lot of like, the best way to put it is like, I feel it's like taking the temperature is how it's coming up. So he could be in a process of like taking the temperature with you, in terms of either wanting to test things out, wanting to see where this connection is now, or if it's, again, some of you will be in contact. And if that's the case, it's something more of like taking the temperature to go deeper maybe, or taking the temperature to go further if it's brand new and you have not even maybe had like an intimate connection. I don't, there's various things here, but it definitely feels like his energy feels very all over the place here right now. It feels very conflicted with the 5 of Swords. So let me see a little bit more. What is the masculine? What is he thinking and feeling about you? What's going through his mind and heart about you? Yeah, so I was going to say, for some, there could be, it doesn't have to be another relationship. It could be stuck between two. That's probably why the energy feels tugged with the GPS reference, because it does feel very almost directionless when I'm tapping into his energy, which is hard to pinpoint it, because it feels like it's constantly being tugged in different directions. So he could be possibly stuck between two people, but it also says here avoiding a decision. So that could also be it too. If it's not about another connection, it could be whether or not to take this connection further, whether or not to have this almost like tower moment with you, which would be very much of a catalyst for all of the feelings that are buried within for you. We have single and available. So it does say here, ready for love. We have excess baggage, obstacles to overcome, needs more time, no longer interested. So for some of you, I'm noticing at the bottom, we have here unhealthy connection, feeling abandoned. There could be with the victim too, the way this figure is kind of curled up in the fetal position, there could be something to where he has been feeling very overwhelmed with a choice to make. Maybe it's something to where he's having to move beyond a situation where he's no longer interested in, or a closed book of something else with the tower. Because it feels like there's obviously a lot of baggage here. It feels very complex. It feels like this is someone who, with the dissolving darkness, there's a lot here. There's a lot here to uncover. It feels like he is basically needing more time with the Knight of Pentacles. You know, like I said, like needing to figure things out, needs maybe more space to figure out what he's going to do. A lot of contemplation about you. For someone specific, there may have been a conversation recently, or you talked about something recently which he's been mulling over or contemplating about. Maybe it was about taking things to the next level. Maybe it was about, it just feels like with this Five of Swords and distraction, there's definitely other distractions. There's definitely a lot of noise around him. But let me get a little bit more for that. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, for what he is thinking and feeling about you directly. Yeah, King of Cups, the Two of Wands, definitely. I'm hearing something about fate, the Emperor, the Lovers. Definitely feels like a choice here. Definitely feels like a choice has to be made with the Two of Wands. And it feels like I said before in the beginning, there's a lot of messages in this reading, but with the, almost like the time has come, or the time needs to come for this to happen. So in terms of how he's feeling, with the King of Cups, the Emperor to the Empress, it feels like almost like having this desire to make a decision and be sure about it. Like, almost like he wants to be very sure. He wants to be very sure about the direction he's going in. He wants to be sure about that GPS, if it tells him to go off the road, or if his heart tells him to go off-roading. It's like he wants to be sure about it. So he could be, right now, as I'm picking up on the energy, feeling quite confused about this whole thing, obstacles to overcome, all of this. But what's in his heart for you feels like it's definitely, the scales are kind of tipping here. I'm getting Libra energy also, could be. Yeah, but I will say there's definitely options involved. There's definitely like a feeling here of, so I want to actually confirm. Let me get a few message cards, and then we'll go ahead and see like what is going to happen with this tower, because it's kind of sitting here at this Two of Wands, and I don't know if he is currently moving forward, even though there's this incredible desire maybe with this. Let me get one more card for what he's thinking and feeling. Tell me about this King of Cups. Disillusion, autonomy. Let me get these message cards to see. So what is he thinking and feeling about you? And then we'll see a little bit about where you are at. So tell me, Spirit, what this divine masculine in particular is thinking and feeling about the viewer, the divine feminine, with the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Swords. What is he thinking and feeling about you? The chemistry between us is off the charts. See how it just flew out. So for a lot of you, there's definitely a very strong attraction here. And it will just depend. You know, again, this could be something where there's a desire to kind of reopen that chemistry. If it's been dormant, it could be that this is something existing and you're both trying to almost like cool off in a way with the temperance as to not rush into something too soon. Or you got it kind of like both, or maybe reconnected recently again. There's just something about like trying to sort of hold off of taking things too fast and needing to find a way to sort of communicate this in a way that is like, it almost feels like I'm trying to tap into the energy, but it feels like it's moving quickly, which means that there's a desire to move this quickly. There's a desire to have this tower moment. And if it is like no contact, it could be that too, where there's a feeling of this chemistry, this allure that you seem to be possessing too, is calling this masculine towards you in a very strong way. And so it feels like there's that desire to just rush in and have that tower moment and this Page of Cups to sort of just open that can of worms again. But this could be where he is currently feeling kind of complex about this and contemplating the whole thing because of the off-roading reference of like, it would maybe require to go off the road and it's like rugged back there. You know, the off-roading is wild and rugged and kind of scary even. And that could be what the intensity of these connections feel like. So I hope that makes sense. It's kind of like that feeling with the Two of Wands and the King of Cups. Could even be somebody who does have a strong like maturity or energy about themselves with the King of Cups and the Emperor, who is trying to do the right thing, trying to stay composed, trying to move at a pace that is right. And while also having a lot of like desire, needing more time, just a lot of like different directions I feel going on, but definitely the connection is very strong. What is he thinking and feeling about you? I can definitely see this could be a new connection for some, but it definitely won't be for everyone. For others of you, it could be just the reopening of that can of worms again, sort of. What does he want to say here? I didn't mean what I said. There was something about that for a specific group of people. Maybe he's mulling over something that he said, maybe in the heat of the moment, or it's just there's something with the Five of Swords of an issue with communication I've been getting from the beginning, or an issue of just not being open here. What is he thinking and feeling about you? Okay, so we have, I'm battling inner demons. Yeah, definitely with the Nine of Swords here, the Five of Swords. We have water under the bridge. So it definitely feels like that too. You are the first thing on my mind when I wake up in the morning. So there's a lot of thinking about this. There is something I am hiding from you. And at the bottom we have, I'm ashamed of how I treated you. Will you give me a second chance? I am filled with regret. So with the Tower, again, there is something here. So let me go ahead and look at a few of these and then we'll look at the outcome here. We have, please be patient and understanding. I'll be back, I promise. I mean, it definitely feels that way for a lot of you. It feels like this is something where there's definitely a reopening of this connection with the Page of Cups that is either impending right now, almost like you put the order in and it's impending at the restaurant, ready to be picked up in an hour. It feels like that kind of thing where it's currently in the process of happening, I feel. Sometimes it's easier to just love on you from the 5D or love you from the 5D. Yeah, and that could be where this Temperance card comes in, because it does feel like a very twin flame-like reading. When I do these readings, it's usually it's harder to channel because the energy is very 5D-ish. And that's what it feels like with the Temperance, like you're both learning right now to temper each other. You're both learning to be on your own side of the fence and focus on yourself while still holding in the passion and the desire at times that you have to just jump forward with this, you know, if that makes sense. So it definitely feels like that with this here. And this divine masculine even could be in the 5D, really feeling very much of this urge to progress this with you and wanting to come back, wanting to, with this tower, have that tower come in, which could shake everything up. But it feels like with that tower comes the whole can of worms. With the tower comes the inner demons. With the tower comes something else that's being hidden from here. So it's a lot of like stuckness. It's a lot of decision here. It's a lot of excess baggage. But the pull could be, I'm hearing too, some of you, this divine masculine saying something about how he doesn't want to reopen things and then run away, or to kind of leave you high and dry. Maybe that happened before, or that's what happened just now recently. And there's something about that where he is worried that that would happen again, or he's worried that it would just be like a fleet of the moment type of thing. And there's a desire to kind of maybe ground that more. Okay. So we have, it's easier for me to be alone right now. Yeah. So his energy definitely is coming up though, as being a little bit like needing time to think about this decision, needing time to think about what to do here. Letting go for now will allow time for me to learn about self-love. These yellow ones are more of like the feminine side, and the red is more of the masculine side. So this definitely is both of you though, I feel too. See, like I said, with the 9 of Pentacles, the Temperance, the time apart, however long it's been, has really allowed you both to learn a lot about self-love. If I can't figure this out now, this will be taken to the next lifetime. Yeah, so let me get one more and then we'll look at the outcome here. I do want to share this lifetime with you and many more. So it's almost like that he came in to confirm that it's not about wanting to leave to the next lifetime. Maybe you're saying something about that. Like, you know, maybe this is not going to work in this lifetime. And there's a correction here of like, but I do want this with the Tower. I feel like I don't have enough to give you. I will start focusing on myself. So yeah, it's almost like a conversation going on between the two here. So let me see what the outcome is of this whole thing here. And then in the extended, there's a lot here in this reading. So it's, we'll just look and see a little bit more as to a little bit more about the feelings, thoughts and feelings that he is having. We will look at what is the decision about, what is being hidden from here, and what is the decision, what is the holdup, the blockage. And then we'll see what next actions will be taken and what the future, and then we'll get more message cards from different decks. And then we'll also look a little bit more at you. Well, let me see. What is the outcome of this reading then, Spirit, the next 1 to 2 months? Why is the Tower here with the Page of Cups? What is the outcome of this connection, or what's going to happen here in the next 1 to 2 months in this situation today, in this twin flame connection? Yeah, it's like, again, they're showing me something is reaching the point of the, it's like if you shake up a drink and it just explodes. 10 of Swords, the Lovers. I'm hearing something about I can't carry this on my back anymore. I can't carry this on my back. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Some of this could also be you too. There could be a lot of heaviness, which is needing to be released. This heaviness of this whole situation feels very heavy. It feels very like there's a lot of layers here, layer by layer. There's many things that are going on. What is the outcome here? We have self-love again, and we have arrangements. It feels like almost a sense of like a sliding glass door that is closing, and then someone puts their foot in the door to make an arrangement. This could even be that there is some arrangement when it comes to meeting up or communicating. Renewal. This is a very specific, random kind of message, but if some of you as the feminine have been feeling insecure about your body, that is something that I'm seeing here that you're working on, or that you may need to work on. Any body shaming or not feeling comfortable with who you are or your body. So I'm seeing a lot of laughter though, a lot of laughter. What is coming in here? What is the Tower, Page of Cups? What is the outcome? Yeah, I'm hearing like love languages, something about communication again, something about finding a way to speak more openly. See a lot of like heaviness, haunted, responsibility, a lot of heavy weight on the back here that's been carried by someone, if not both of you. And holding back, new beginning. Yeah, so and here we have genuine apology at the bottom. So for a lot of you, I do feel like there's basically whatever's been holding back, whatever's been held back, there's going to be a new beginning with this, a renewal, which could definitely come in the form of an out of the blue or out of nowhere apology given. It could be that there's a fresh start with the renewal and the waterfall at the background. Like I said in the beginning too, some of you could be really in a process here of focusing on yourself a lot, which in whatever way you're going to channel that, maybe you're letting go and maybe you're letting the waterfall kind of fall in the background and you're opening your heart now here to new things, new beginnings. But it feels like the guilt, the regret that they're carrying, seems like they're carrying a lot of it with this here. I'm ashamed too. Will have to be released. And I think that will be released in the form of something out of the blue. Again, surprising event in which there's a feeling of like, I need to get this off my chest. I need to let this heaviness go, cry the tears out, let it out of my system. So it feels kind of like a cathartic release here. And I can see this being a few different things. It could be that if this has been a while or a separation, there's almost a sense of like, I need to find a way to release that guilt that I have built up, which again could come in the form of making an arrangement, an apology, a new start. Even if it doesn't lead somewhere in the future, it's still, with the Ten of Swords, going to release that heaviness, that dark cloud I'm hearing. But it also could definitely be a new start between you both, like a feeling to where you're both really genuinely having a new beginning with each other. See, look at the off course again. So there's definitely something about that. That's kind of how you'll know what this means. If it's a choice that's being made to go off course, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly that means. If you're both going to talk about how this is going to lead you off course, that will definitely be dependent on your specific situation. Maybe there's going to be a conversation of like, I have to leave this behind if we're going to do this, or we have to have a completely new start, which would take us both off course from something else. There's just something about that which feels what is the outcome here, Spirit, between you both? Page of Cups. We have ascension, synchronicity. We have blocked and wanting. I mean, there's definitely like an ascension happening here. There's definitely a feeling of moving on up. I hear the name Diane or Diana. Let me get one last card. Because remember that card said in the beginning too, that once both of you have released the old energies, it allows you to have a new start in whatever way that is. It's hard to say who's who here and who has multiple directions, because it feels you will have to be the one to decide that for yourself, which this has been coming up a lot in the collective readings I've done, which feels kind of similar here. It definitely feels like this one is more of an intense release though of emotion, which could come in the form of that releasing of regret, an apology. But then it feels like from that point, it kind of is dependent on the path you choose, because we do have this here again. You are putting all of your eggs into a specific person's basket. However, when you expand your options, you'll be pleasantly surprised at who you meet. So once again, it kind of feels like a lot of you, especially if you're in that place where you're ready for that, you're going to be very surprised when you release this connection. If you do have this like apology, it's going to help you to cry the tears maybe that you need to cry, or release what you need to release. But then as you take the eggs out of their basket, there's a surprise meeting with the Tower with a new situation. That can definitely be the case too. But again, just take it how it's going to resonate with you, because it feels like the burden of whatever has been held on to with the Two of Swords is coming to an end. So, and then we have the psychic bond between you and this person is strong. The confirmations, this is a confirmation that the sensations that you've been experiencing are mutual. Yeah, so a lot here. It definitely feels like that's confirmation though. Hopefully that a lot of you need to hear about this. It's a little bit like there's an uncertainty with what the long-term outcome of this is. There's an uncertainty with what this person is wanting moving forward. Again, there's like an off course I keep being shown, so I don't really know. I think it's either one of those two things, where maybe there is even this connection would require that off course, which can be either taken or not taken. It's dependent on free will. And maybe this person's right now in the middle of trying to choose, like which course do I take? Which way do I go? Even though there's this craving or desire, it definitely feels like, since it is a twin flame connection too, it's very complicated. It could be that there's a lot of uncertainty about which direction this is going to go in. And so that could be where the confirmation will come in for you of the explanation maybe, or that you're going to have the release of this regret or guilt from them or for you, which at that point will kind of give you a different perspective on where things go from there. It could also be for others of you that maybe they have chosen a different path than you, and there's a new beginning for you. So I don't know, it'll really depend. But so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll look more in the extended, and we're definitely gonna clarify more about this and what's going on with them a little bit more, to see what they're feeling a bit more, what they want to say, what the actions they will take towards you. And then we will look at you also in the extended here for the feminine. So let me go ahead and get the final message cards that we always get, and then we'll go ahead and pull from the bowl. Because I keep picking up this like undertone of like a bittersweetness, which I can't pinpoint what it is. It's almost like it's a bit of a bittersweet, or kind of wishing that things could be different, or wishing that there will be more. So what does this person want to say to hopefully confirm any final things that want to be said here from them to you. We have flirt. I love our conversations and banter. That could definitely be another confirmation that there will be an apology or conversation coming in with the Page of Cups. Definitely a lot of chemistry here again, a lot of sparks, a lot of desire between the two of you. I've been watching you from afar. So we did have that earlier too. It just feels like a mystery. It feels like a mysterious kind of mystery here of this person watching you from afar, being very drawn to speak with you, to flirt with you, to even be intimate with you. We have sensual, a lot of physical attraction here for sure. And it feels like if it is something where it's a newer person, this could be where the new opportunity will come in, but it will kind of depend on where you're taking it further, because they could still be very uncertain about the future longevity of this. And if it is a separation, same thing, to where they've been looking at you from afar, yearning to kind of be in contact, yearning to touch you even again, I'm hearing, or to be around you. But obviously there's a releasing of that guilt that they have accumulated with their decisions that they have to make. And you are also in the process of releasing that heaviness so that you can have a new start in whatever way works best for you to focus on yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. So, and then we have clean. I've been cleaning up my life and my act. I don't want to live a low vibrational life any longer. So there's that confirmation too of this person really wanting to go through that chariot, that applause, getting to the finish line in a way to where they don't feel so bogged down or weighted down by their guilts, their regrets, their shame, and any mixed energies of decision and baggage and a lot of difficulties that they've been going through for sure. We have distance. The gap between us keeps growing further apart and I don't know how to close it. So yeah, that's another confirmation too, that they don't know how to close that gap between you, especially if it's a physical long distance for some people. It's like they want to. We have victim, so we have that twice. I can't see a way out of my situation and it's easier to just stay. So again, that's probably the confirmation of the off-roading reference. They would either have to do that to get to you, or they have taken the off-road. That could also be too. They've taken the off-road where the road, the right road, was to go straight to you. But there's like this sense of them feeling like a victim right now, despite still watching you from afar. The fire is still burning in me for you. Do you feel it too? So obviously there's a strong fire here still. We have awake. I see the error of my ways. Life has been tough recently, but I've learned a lot. Yeah, I definitely think that they have been learning a lot about themselves. They've been learning about needing to do kind of what's best for them. I think they could be a little bit attention seeking as well. They could be people pleasing. Opinions. The opinions of others are causing confusion about this relationship. I don't know who to trust. I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach you. That's why I'm taking so long. Drama. I don't want to complicate the situation any more than it already is. Yeah, it feels very complicated. It definitely feels for some there is a choice between two, okay, or two opportunities. And at the bottom, we have confidence. I feel intimidated to approach you. I'm trying to work on my confidence so I don't make a fool of myself. So I'm going to pull from the bowl. And then we will go to the extended if you're interested. If not, no worries. Hopefully this could give you some clarity. And these do not have to resonate, these in the bowl. If they don't resonate, no worries. It's only going to be specific confirmations for specific people. And you may want to turn down your volume because it can be a little bit loud. Okay, so starting with names, we have Lisa, Tess, Lucy, Mariam, Elfie, Marjorie, Giselle, Lara, Bernadette, Hope, Letty, Rosie, oops, or Rossi, Diana, Carmen, Dana, Ashley, spelled like that, Dawn, Dana twice. Wow, that's interesting. So I guess I was in there twice. So Dana, definitely, if you're watching, seems like it's for you to pull that twice. We have Sunita, Pam, Danielle. Definitely like Diana, Dana, Danielle, those variations are coming up. And I think that's actually it for names. We have Nyosha. I'm sorry if I don't know how to say that. Nyosha. And I think that's it for names. We'll also pull more in the extended. And then for locations, we seem to have a lot. We have Detroit, North Dakota, Paris, Arkansas, Indiana, Alabama, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Iowa, Texas, and no, they're not only for United States. I know some people have commented just every country is in there, and every, not every city obviously, but popular cities around the world. So it just happens to be that they all came up, almost all in United States. And then we have Scorpio moon, Pisces moon. We have 20s, so somebody could be in their 20s, 50s, in their 50s, or born in the 50s maybe, officer, and banking. So yeah, I'll leave it here, and hopefully this could resonate. If it did, I would love to hear from you if it resonated, if these details found you. If you did enjoy, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel. And I will have the link for the extended down below if you're interested. And thank you so much for being here, and lots of love.